Welcome back to the WHHI-TV Daily News. Here with me now is Sheila Roemeling, and she is, of course, the Executive Director for Fresh Start Healing Heart. And we talk about human trafficking. And today we're going to use a word that we don't really want to use when we're talking about human trafficking, and that is there's a surge happening. So tell us about what's going on.
Well, why I'm coming to you about this surge is that it's about to happen. And the untrained eye is not one that would normally recognize this. But what it is that currently South Carolina ranks 47th out of 50 in our offense prosecution on the people purchasing sex. Okay. And what I mean by that is right now, the first offense, your fines are up to $200 and up to 60 days. So that ranks us really, really low on causing that to be any type of hurtful thing.
Right.
And so what we've been seeing is in Texas, when Texas decided to upgrade their solicitation to a felony, and that was back in September of 2021.
Okay.
Oklahoma saw a surge in sex purchasers over there.
Interesting.
Yes. And so what's happening, I know I've been on before talking about the Demand Reduction Act that we've been trying to push, which is S145. And it just keeps getting tabled. We're still fighting it. We're still trying to go after it for the next session in January. And so what is happening now is why we're coming to you to warn about this surge is North Carolina has just upgraded theirs.
Okay.
And with North Carolina upgrading theirs, the surrounding states will see the changes. Right. So the sex buyers will go to the states that are easier to deal with, which of course, South Carolina is the easiest, or one of the easiest. Now, most people would say, well, North Carolina is closer to Myrtle Beach. Why would Hilton Head have to worry about that? But I know your range of WHHI speaks to a large group.
Right.
But the reason why even Beaufort County would have to worry about it as well, and the surrounding counties and all of the Lowcountry, is because when traffickers are out there, they're not just out serving. They're also looking for.
Right.
And so it's easier for them to come to this area, find somebody, and move them out of the area, which would be up to the Spartanburg, Myrtle Beach, all up near the border of North Carolina. Right. And so that's why I'm coming to you. We really need people to press Weston Newton, who is head of the Judicial Committee, lives in Beaufort County, and let them know, or call any of your representatives and let them know you support the Demand Reduction Act, S145. We really need to separate out the solicitation from the prostitution, especially when the research has shown that over 80% of those selling are actually third-party controlled. So that's a huge difference.
Yeah.
And so we really want to separate this out so that there can be higher penalties for those who are purchasing. If we can stop the demand,
right,
we can definitely slow down and stop the human trafficking as well.
Yeah. Well, wow, that's all some really kind of staggering numbers for South Carolina, and obviously something needs to be done about that. You've mentioned the bill. The best way you feel is to contact our representatives and say how important we feel this is, because obviously it needs to be addressed in January, as soon as possible, and that is obviously the next session. So how do we make our voices heard?
Well, one of the ways you can do it is to contact Weston Newton's office and let him know that, leave them a message, send them an email, anything that's going to let them hear from the public more than just those of us in the industry. We have started a petition. We do have one. I can email it out to people if they want to contact us at HealingHeartStart@gmail.com. I'd be happy to email out the petition, and they can take it around to people they know. We've already been doing that all over the state to get those to Weston Newton as well.
Well, Sheila, thank you so much for being here today and letting us help you get the word out about this important subject that really needs to be addressed in the next session. We really appreciate you being here.
Thank you.
And we'll be back with more, so stay tuned.